Yeah, so initially when I was from a other background, I was looking to make a step into the data science career, and I have been looking out in the market for different courses. I have checked out many places. So there are a few things about CloudyML that intrigued my thought. So why not pursue with CloudyML? So the first thing is that you can get the recordings or the lessons for your entire lifetime. So the course content is there all the time. So you can continue even after period where other companies were saying that no, our course content is available only for about a year or maybe 2 years, not more than that. So this is one thing that helped me zero into CloudyML. And also I found their approach much different from others. Like they were more practice based, so you have to do hands-on practicals, and these kind of things were much more relevant with CloudyML, whereas others were providing just a theoretical or maybe the level of interactivity we can say is not that much as compared to CloudyML. Their hands-on approach and direct to software based learning is really better than others, that I could say for sure. Experience was really good with CloudyML. Since the start, I have been getting full-time support from the team. That's something that matters because anywhere you go, you can buy content for any amount of price and then you can start on with content. But once you get stuck there in somewhere, you have some doubts or maybe there is some issue with accessing the content, you have to wait for a few days to get back with the team and resolve the issue. That's something that I never faced with CloudyML. Their support was really instant. Suppose I had difficulty once or twice during my learning period. So when I had this problem, I contacted CloudML immediately through the phone. There were no such things like you have to go and you have to raise a ticket on web or you have to write an email or something. You can just call them and they resolve it within the same day. So even on Saturday, Sundays and public holidays, even I have tried contacting CloudML team and they have helped me through this. So that's something I really appreciate about CloudML. Yeah, like I already mentioned in the start, I zeroed on CloudML because of the hands-on learning. That was one of the zeroing in factors for me. So the hands-on learning is really appreciative because that's something that helped me to get into this domain very quickly. And this is something that is in the center point of, learning in CloudML's way of teaching.
So hi guys, I'm Pramodita from CloudyML, and today Saikat is with us, who are also a learner of CloudyML, who just got a job in EY, right? So Saikat, can you tell us something about yourself, like your educational background and all?
So hi everyone, my name is Saikat, like she already mentioned. So I've been a learner of CloudML, and recently I got a job in EY. And let me tell you more about myself. So I am basically a civil engineer. I have been practicing engineering from execution to project management for bridges, highway structures, and interior designs and architectural executions alike. So I have decided to go on with data science in the midlife of my career, and then I have pursued data science through CloudML, and now all good. I am placed in a big four company. So that's all about me.
Okay, Saikat. So there is too many companies, like too many edutech company here, right? So why CloudyML?
Yeah, yeah. So initially, when I was from a other background, I was looking to make a step into the data science career, and I have been looking out in the market for different courses. I have checked out many places. So there are a few things about CloudML that intrigued my thought. So why not pursue with CloudML? So the first thing is that you can get the recordings or the lessons for your entire lifetime. So the course content is there all the time. So maybe you might have an emergency, which I actually had. I'll come to this later on. So you can continue even after a period where other companies were saying that no, our course content is available only for about a year or maybe 2 years, not more than that. So this is one thing that helped me zero into CloudML. And also I found their approach much different from others. Like they were more practice based, so you have to do hands-on practicals, and these kind of things were much more relevant with CloudML, whereas others were providing just a theoretical or maybe the level of interactivity we can say is not that much as compared to CloudML. Sure thing, their video contents are much more graphical and things you can say for the other companies, but CloudML might not be that graphical. But sure, their hands-on approach and direct to software based learning is really better than others. That I could say for sure.
Okay, so got your point. So how was your experience with us? Like, how was your experience with CloudyML?
Experience was really good with CloudyML. Since the start, I have been getting a full-time support from the team. That's something that matters because anywhere you go, you can buy content for any amount of price, and then you can start on with content. But once you get stuck there in somewhere, you have some doubts, or maybe there is some issue with accessing the content. You have to wait for a few days to get back with the team and resolve the issue. That's something that I never faced with CloudyML. There is a support was really instant. Suppose I had a difficulty once or twice during my learning period. So when I had this problem, I contacted CloudML immediately through the phone. There were no such things like you have to go and you have to raise a ticket on web, or you have to write an email or something. You can just call them and they resolve it within the same day, almost all the time. So even on Saturday, Sundays, and public holidays, even I have tried contacting CloudML team, and they have helped me through this. So that's something I really appreciate about CloudML.
Okay, so like when was the first time you fell in love with data science? Like your first encounter with data science? Like
Oh, data is something. Yeah,
you are
please
from
come.
obviously tech background, but you are a civil engineer, right?
Hmm.
So data domain and data science is like all new for you, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so that's the question. When did you fall in love with this data science?
Yeah, so I have been handling data all throughout my life. Even anyone, me or Pramodita, let's talk about you or any XYZ person. In today's age, everyone is handling data in some form or the other.
Yeah.
So I have been handling data in a more professional way all throughout my career. Even in civil engineering, you say we all do stuff with Excel that involves data, or maybe in any other XYZ office or XYZ domain, you have to handle data, right? So my job as a civil engineer was not much related to data, but when I moved on to project management for the construction field, then I had to deal with lots of data, like client data is coming, the cost data is coming, booking data is coming, material data is coming. So we had to handle such kind of data. So there is when I got interest in this stuff because I had to handle the data and I had to make some forecast for contingencies and whatnot. So I had to deal with data. So I always had a okay. I have to find a smarter way to deal with or to analyze the data and do my stuff better. Right. So that's something I was always thinking. And since I am from a non-tech or non-IT background, you can say more specifically,
Yeah.
so I never had a term for this. That okay, data science is a proper term for this, or data management is a proper term for this. Database is a term. So I didn't have much idea about this earlier. So I kept on googling, and thanks to ChatGPT, the time when I thought about pursuing this thing more deeper, ChatGPT came into existence. So ChatGPT, one day I was just scrolling through ChatGPT and finding out what it's all about since it was in the news. So I went across and I typed my query like I want to manage data in a smarter way. How should I proceed with my learning or things? That's when I came across the term data science and data analytics. So in ChatGPT itself, I looked up which are the best companies or best places to learn data science. I also found CloudyML's name over there, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I looked around for many more companies, many more courses. I talked to a lot other people from various other institutions, and finally I zeroed in on CloudyML. That's how I came to know about data science and the entire thing.
Okay. So what kind of challenges you have faced during learning?
Challenges were initially it was a bit tough for me, like programming something that I have never done in my school life or college life. I mean, I had in exposure to programming, but I always kind of tried to avoid it. Like, okay, well, there's a programming subject or a CS subject. Let me try to get through the exams with the theoretical part, and let's skip the programming. Maybe I can crack it that way since I am into construction domain, so I won't be needing it in my future. That's how I approached to the programming and thing. So later on, when I joined CloudML, I had some problems facing with the Python and SQL and stuff. So I went ahead and I took the challenge to myself. So I tried learning. I tried doing some case scenarios. I set some scenarios for myself, and I tried to code my way through this to solve the scenario. And yeah, apart from CloudyML's learning resources, we have to invest some time and effort from ourselves, right? So that's something that helped me crack this part. These were the issues that I basically faced. And rather than that, Power BI and Tableau and all those interface-based stuff is not a rocket science for anyone, I guess, in today's age.
Yeah. Okay, so how was your chat support and TA? Like our chat support system and TA?
Yes, chat support is something that is really good in CloudyML. You get instant replies to all your queries in a specific hour in the evening to midnight, whichever time they're providing.
6 p.m.
But
to
you get a very good yeah, doubt resolution at any time of the day. Even when you have some doubts that cannot be cleared through chats, or maybe multiple times they have tried to explain, still you are not getting through this, the trainers are good enough to engage with you in a video conference or a Zoom call or stuff to explain you the things. They go way ahead to resolve your issues. There's something good about CloudML.
Okay. So as you know, our USP is hands-on learning, right? So how
Yeah,
did it help you? How does it help you? Like hands-on learning.
yeah, like I already mentioned in the start, I zeroed on CloudML because of the hands-on learning. That was one of the
Yeah.
zeroing in factors for me. So the hands-on learning is really appreciative because that's something that helped me to get into this domain very quickly. Since I am from a non-tech background, or I won't mention myself as a non-tech because I'm already an engineer and I'm
Yeah, yeah.
doing stuff. So I'm a technical guy, but I'm not an IT guy. You can say non-IT guy. So a non-IT guy like me really needs some hands-on approach because nobody nowadays needs a basic introduction or fundamentals, because all of those who are coming to CloudML or any of similar companies, they are already into the field, or they might be in the final years of the college, so they have a basic idea about things, right? So you don't need a fundamental thing, you need a hands-on approach. That's what we are paying for. So the hands-on approach is something that helps you get into the skills very faster. So yeah, hands-on support is really good in that case. And this is something that is in the center of center point of learning in CloudyML's way of teaching.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so how many mock interview did you attend and how it helped to boost your confidence?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't attend much mock interviews, two or three mock interviews, maybe. But really, it helps you to boost your confidence. Any kind of mock interview for any industry, for any job, mock interviews are really good. They help boost your confidence, and they also give you exposure that what kind of questions can come, because there are no fixed set of questions in any of the interviews. So when you answer one question, the second question will be linked to the first question. That's how it goes in any given company, right? So, mock interviews are a good way to start. Those who haven't been in the industry or are in the final years of the college, want to get into the industry, or maybe are switching from a different domain to data domain. So, mock interviews are a good way to start to build up your confidence and to help you crack those interviews.
Yeah, yeah. So what was your expectation from CloudML?
So my expectation from CloudML was that, yeah, already what I'm getting from CloudML was my expectations, and my expectations have been served through and through
Okay.
during my course. So these were the expectations. Like since I'm coming from another background, so I will be needing much more hands-on support. A little bit of hand-holding is required everywhere. Here and there, I go into new chapter, I need little bit hand-holding because I never knew the even the abbreviations. What is SQL? What is the full form? I never knew. What is BI? I never had the terminologies in my head. That's something new. So I needed hand holding before getting into the core stuff. So that's something CloudML really helps you through.
Okay. So now you are in EY. So how was
Right.
the experience of interview like in EY?
Yeah. So at first it was very daunting for me. EY is a big four company, and since I'm coming from another domain and getting into one of the giants of the IT industry or accounting or whatever you can say. This is a totally different domain for me. So it was a bit, you know, scary for me at the start. Then I took some deep breath and I had a sip of water and I said, let's go through this. Whatever is happening, you got nothing to lose. Wherever you are, you will be, and you will be attending more interviews in the near future, and you will get a learning experience just like the mock interviews. This is a live setting, nothing more than that. And so, with that confidence and thought in my mind, I went ahead and faced the interview. And I don't know, maybe the confidence helped me crack the interview because you might have all the answers, but once you get nervous, then you start stuttering and you start forgetting things, and you do a major blunder during the interviews. That's how it happens. So this thought and yeah, this thought really helped me to face the interview in a different domain.
Okay, so how many round was there in the interview?
There were three
Okay.
rounds in interview. One was the initial round that they check your soft skills and other stuff, and then there was a technical round. There was a HR and managerial round at the last. These three rounds happens, but I have heard from my colleagues that depends upon the case. Some is one or two rounds. There is three, four rounds. There is up to five or six rounds even for some cases. So that's nothing that's fixed. It can vary depending upon person to person, service line to service line, sector to sector.
Okay, Saikat. So can you tell me how to prepare oneself for the interview?
Yeah, to prepare yourself for the interview, you just don't depend upon CloudyML's resources. That's something I would say because, Pramodita, let me address the issue here. I have been through CloudyML's public, chat forums and all those places. I have seen people writing nonsense over there that CloudyML is not helping to the interview. Their content is not enough. So no one can expect 100% of this from CloudyML itself, and no company can provide 100% technicals and in depth about this. They can only give you an introduction and maybe some intermediate things, but you have to go out and you have to look over to YouTube and other resources, and you have to practice and make your projects and prepare yourself for the real world stuff. That's something not even your school provided, right? Your school will give you a
Exactly.
basic understanding and things, yeah, and you have to go out and you have to apply those skills and use your creativity and make something productive or make something beautiful. That's how you crack the real world. So when people it's really disappointing to see when people write things about CloudML or over the forums. So yeah, sure, CloudML cannot provide you 100% of the things, and technology is something that I believe is evolving every day, right? Technology doesn't remain constant. So by the time you are teaching Power BI, Power BI will have released many more monthly updates with many new features. Python will have released many new functions, so it's not possible to cover all of them. So once you get a hang of Python from CloudML or YouTube or any other resources, you have to go out, you have to look through the documentation, you have to look for other resources, and you have to learn by yourself, you have to build your own projects. That's how you create your confidence. Neither CloudML nor any other school, no one can prepare you for that thing. That's what I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is something you have to do from your end, and then you will be confident for facing any interview in this world, right?
Exactly. Okay, so can you tell me how to apply for the jobs and like how to apply, how to use the job portal like Naukri, LinkedIn, Hire, like how it
Yeah,
will help crack the job and all.
yeah, so in my previous industry, all I needed to use was Naukri. That was kind of an industry standard for India. All right. So I don't know how the industry works for IT, but what has worked for me, that is what I am going to mention in this question. So I've been going through the career portals of every company that I can think about, or I'm looking over to Chat GPT or Google, which are the best companies for data science, which are best companies for this domain, which are the best companies for that domain. And I'm finding out, hey, Chat GPT, give me 50 companies that are best in India with good work culture and those who are into the field of data science. And ChatGPT is really helpful nowadays to give you these 50 companies. And then I'm going to the I'm applying to the posts over there. Then additionally, I'm also going to sites like LinkedIn, Naukri, Indeed. well found. Angel Jobs was there. Angel Jobs is now well found. So that's also a good site. If you are looking for working with some startups, you can look for well found. Right. So I go there and I apply the job. And also something that needs to be checked is they don't tell you till now over any learning platform, not even CloudyML. So let me address the viewers from here that you need to check if your resume is ATS friendly. So ATS is like applicant tracking system. That's a tool that HR around the industry use nowadays. So ATS is something like, let me explain you. When the days were in the past, for a single post, maybe 10 or 15 or 20, 2500 applications used to come. Nowadays, for a single post, you can go around and check in on Naukri.com. For a single post, there are about 3,000 applications. For five posts, if the company is releasing five posts at once, there are almost about 15 to 20,000 applicants. So it's a huge competition, right? And the hiring managers also don't have time to check all that amount of resume. So all they use is some AI stuff and some tools that are built into ATS systems. So the hiring managers go to the ATS and just filters a few applications. Like suppose out of 15,000 applications, I need 100 applications. So the hiring manager is going to the ATS software and saying, "Hey ATS, give me 50 applications that seems to be the best for this role." And the ATS will check your resume and find out if the skills are mentioned in the CV, if the location is mentioned in the CV is aligning to the company's requirements, what are the salary expectations, or what is the address, what is the educational background. Everything is checked through the ATS nowadays. So we all have different formats for resume, right? So the ATS might not be able to read all the formats. So the resume to be ATS friendly is very essential nowadays. So that's something everyone should go through. That's something I would suggest everyone.
Okay. Okay, so what are the non-tech skill required to be a data scientist or data analyst?
The non-tech skills are the soft skills that you need for any XYZ industry. So you have to be good in Excel. That's something technical. Just I just said. Apart from that, you need good communication skills and good social interaction skills. Yeah, and good writing skills, documentation skills, management skills, time management skills, and all this kind of stuff you need. They might also try to check if your creativity level is good, because you need to be creative to do problem solving. Because in data science and analytics, all we are doing is problem solving. Or say in any industry which is not very process oriented, all we are doing is problem solving. So you might need a creative mind or problem solving skills. That are the skills they will be checking in the background. They might not directly ask you questions related to that, but in the questions they ask, they will be checking your problem solving skills mainly in the background. That's something that I got to know from attending different interviews with different companies.
Okay, okay, got your point. So what is your suggestion to the newcomers who are new to data domain?
Yeah, so please start learning with the hardest part and then go to the easiest part. That's something I would say. Some people might come and say that, okay, Power BI is really easy. It's the interface based, so let me get on with Power BI or Tableau. And then finally, we'll keep Python and the programming stuff for the last. So please don't go with that approach. Start one with the difficult ones. If you get a hang of Python, then Power BI and uh, Tableau will feel just like a breeze. You can cover anytime. Once you get a hang of Python and such programming languages, R is another programming language that we are using in data science. So if you get hang of these things, the other stuff will feel very easier. And finally, when you get to Tableau and Power BI, you can think of something more creative that you can do. When you see this function, okay, this is a donut chat. Okay, let me think something more creative of, because I already know about donut chat from Python learning, right? So I can think something more creative. Okay, let me add some indicators, or let me add some text with the donut chart. It will look better. Then you can think further. So start on with Python and start on with SQL and start on with R. Start on with the difficult parts that seems very apprehensive to you. That okay, I will keep this for the last. Take these things to the first and learn those things, and then you can come to the easier ones at last. That's something I would suggest to the learners to take this approach.
Okay, got it. Okay, one more thing, Saikat, like, is it necessary to be from BTech, BTech, MTech background to be a data analyst or data scientist?
No, it's not necessary for anyone to be BTech or MTech because I've been through LinkedIn. I've made many connections. There are data analysts in really good positions in really good companies. Some of them are, managers and senior managers in working in big firms like Amazon and TCS and many more companies. For say example, I'm giving you. So they are also from non-tech background. Yes, graduation is something that you require, right? Graduation is a basic mm, stepping stone for your career. That's something the company is looking. But what field you are graduate? Not looking nowadays on those things. So it's just graduated and you have the proper tech skills, then you can go on and start your career with those skills. That's something I've learned in the data industry because previously in my construction industry, that was something that was not relevant, right? So you need specific skills and specific construction things to get into that industry. So this is not something with data science because you might see movies and Hollywood movies and stuff where there are people who are not even school passed out, school dropout, and they are also doing hacking stuff. And Microsoft is
Yeah.
hiring them. Big companies are hiring them. So things happen like this in this IT industry. That's something I learned.
Okay, one more question, last question it is. Okay, so what kind of salary range the student can expect as a fresher?
So that's something that's not fixed, Pramodita. In the industry, you can start on with. Recently, there was a news somewhere where I heard that Cognizant is providing 2.5 lakhs per annum to people, where it was really mocked. So you can start from there, and you can go up till 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs, depending upon your skills and how you present yourself. So there's nothing fixed and there is no hard-coded formula for this. Okay, you are 2 years experience, so you'll get this amount. You are 4 years experience, so you will be getting this amount. There is nothing such as in the industry of IT, right? So
Yeah.
you have the skills, you have the necessary things that you can get work done for this company. You can get the stuff done. The company is ready to pay you any amount of money, depending upon how much you can do for the company. So it happens that way. So there is no fixed salary range that I know about.
Okay, Saikat, any suggestion for like our student?
Yeah, use the chat feature and the Zoom call as much as you can because you won't be getting this in any other platforms. That's something I really can confidently say you all about this because this chat feature is something you can even access the chat in midnight, 11, 12, 10, any time of the day. Yeah, in the daytime they won't be serving you. That's let me mention that out. But in the evening from 6 p.m. you can start on and you can go up to 12, 1 o'clock in the midnight. They are there for you. So that's something really good. So access these things and also go out and use other resources. Don't just depend upon CloudyML. CloudyML is just a tool, one of the tools in your bag. So you have to use other tools simultaneously to build yourself, to grow your skill base, right? So you have to go out and learn soft skills. You have to go out and learn communication skills. You have to go out and learn management skills. You have to go out and learn other skills. So you have to do all those stuff as well. And even whatever you learn in Cloud ML, like Python, Tableau, you have to go out and create projects. You have to access other resources like YouTube is a very free resource. That's something you can use, or maybe you can use other resources. There are websites, there are articles, there are skill-based knowledges from Python they are providing in their own website. Microsoft is providing Power BI skill-based or documentation in their own website. Go out, access them, read through them. This will help you. The more you consume, the more you make yourself productive, right? So that's something all the learners should do. Yeah.
Okay,
After doing that, you guys can really post anything on the forums. That doesn't matter. But without doing those stuff, like
yeah.
depending upon CloudyML as your entire tool set, you cannot take CloudyML as an entire tool set and then you can review them. CloudyML is just a tool in your bag for the data science journey that I would say everyone to this platform.
Okay, Saikat, thank you. And congratulations once again for your job. Okay.
Sure, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Saikat, thank you.